RC13, and I think Zam at this point, we might see a little bit of a annoyance. We do know Zam as he who rage quits, and it's always entertaining to see.
RC13 a little low on stack now, and so he's going to be heading back out here for Red Armor again a few seconds early, but once again I fear that this is not going to be punished in the way that it really could have been. Now of course the mega health timing there really created that opportunity for RC13. He's still a little low on health and he could use some more armor, but again, being the more cautious guy out of these two, I mean, all other things being even, he's going to be the guy having a larger stack when it comes to the fight, just because he's backing out of more of these fights, getting alive out of most of them. And look at this, there's no challenge here for a lot of these items, but you know, it's a balance that, of course, RC13 doesn't quite have timing, and that could pay off for Zam right now as he shoves him into the corner, brings it up to one more frag. But here, after the pickup for both yellow armor and mega health, we should be seeing a pretty quick turnaround frag here for Zam.
Oh wow, and even catches RC13 in the ass with the rocket. There's no escape for him. Zam ties it up, and he'll be back in time for red. Little rocket jump action. Nice check over the edge first to make sure he's not about to get shot, and he does dodge the rail, so he's in great shape now. And you know, Zam, I think, has been able to turn this thing around. What was kind of looking, you know, I thought it maybe the fourth frag for RC13 and only 2 frags for Zam might be an instance where Zam might fall apart, because he does get a little bit frustrated sometimes, but he is definitely turned on the juice, missing that jump there, but that might actually work out well for him because he's going to be able to get over to red without having to rocket jump, which is always nice. And this should be an easy frag there. Yeah, hardly any armor up on the map for RC13 to go collect, except for the, I mean, you know, he did have the yellows to be fair, but he didn't, he's playing too aggressively, quite frankly. He doesn't have timing on Mega, so he'll die there.
And this is really bad for RC13 because at the moment he's throwing away the one thing that was keeping him going right now, and that was, you know, his more cautious nature. Zam, when he senses that his opponent is weak, I mean, as we've seen, he's very, very quick on the draw. You give him that opportunity and he is there in spades. Other than that, you know, a lot of other things have been kind of lacking here. We've been seeing a lot of missed timings, a lot of missed jumps, and a lot of missed opportunities for the ambushes and the traps. But, you know, again, RC13 needs to keep a hold of the one thing keeping him in this thing. And oh, nice rail there by Zam, and that is going to definitely be putting RC13 on the back foot. Zam is now going to be on the hunt, but once again, it's going to be a rather long hunt because unless RC13 really telegraphs himself, Zam doesn't know quite where to go.
Nice one.
Nice. Not very nice.
Yeah, the biggest issue I'm seeing is RC13 is kind of throwing himself at Zam when he's not stacked at all. He's also gotten some very unfortunate spawns, and Zam is definitely enjoying that fact. 8-4 being the score. So yeah, we are in pretty darn good shape here for Zam, I think, taking this first crown. But RC13, though, yeah, it's not kind of out just yet. There's still 3 minutes left.
Yeah, it really looks to me like RC13, like most of us, has a psychological breaking point where it comes to a certain time in the match with a certain score and you're lost out on a certain amount of things, and you just kind of say GG to yourself and kind of toss in the towel. And for a lot of players, that moment comes maybe a little too early, and here for RC13, I would definitely say that's the case. If he hadn't thrown away the last 2 frags like this, he'd be much quicker. And even with this frag, I mean, he's got 2 minutes 20, well, 2 minutes 10 seconds left to go with 5 frags to pick up. And on ZTN, you know, Zam can plus back a little bit. He probably won't. He's not that kind of guy. But RC13, by giving away those frags, has a long road ahead of him in order to pick it all back up.
Indeed he does. So I think that, you know, with 2 minutes left, now one thing I want to point out, that Zam has brought his railgun accuracy from about 30% to 50%. He's been not really using it terribly often, but another thing to really point out, 51% rocket. 51% rocket
really?
There. Yeah.
It's not a lot of spam.
Well, it's still pretty decent just as rockets go. Because that's, you know, typically, you know, really, really popular weapon you just, you know, shoot it everywhere.
RC13 is throwing it all away.
Yeah. Zam with a nice bit of defensive LG, actually, just letting RC13 keep running straight into the good old beam of electricity. So Zam, I think, you know, honestly, he's played this pretty well. You know, not too bad at all.
Indeed he has, and it almost seems to me like RC13's going, hey, Zam's doing a lot of chasing, maybe I could do some chasing too. But he's really just choosing the wrong places to chase. Like, you don't want to chase your opponent all the way into the teleporter. That's usually not so great. Oh, that would have been epic, but no. But yeah, final minute, Zam is going to be pulling this one ahead, and it looks like with 11-5, this is going to be GG. And if memory serves me correctly, if RC13, because I think he got a string of wins the last time we saw him, but no such luck this time. Zam is going to be putting him out to pasture fairly early.
Yep, and I think Zam is going to be, I think if we can kind of massage this list a little bit, we have a lot of new people, which I'm really happy to see. In fact, there was someone that popped in on IRC earlier today who was like, I have been waiting 3 weeks playing King of the Hill. You're doing it tonight, right?
And last week you died.
Yeah, exactly. Alright guys, so that is match number 1. Zam will take it 11-5. And very nicely said, 26 overall accuracy, 2 impressives for him. No impressives for RC13. So, let's get this next match underway.
Alright, so here we are in T9, and with or without Monster... Oh my god. With or without him, probably without him, we're going to be seeing Zam versus Venom. T9 being its Venom. That being his pick, of course. So yeah, once again, just waiting for F3s. And apparently Monstrosity is going to be after this. Then Shybridge. Shybridge still sound like something that gets in your pants after walking through the woods, but whatever.
I know.
I read the name Shybridge and I start itching.
Prepare to fight.
All
Hey,
right.
they got the message somehow. Woo!
There we go. Alright. So yeah, and by the way, since I'm doing all these funky overlays and stuff, guys, if I like leave a logo up, don't be afraid to like spam it in IRC. Grease, what the fuck you doing? You know,
Grease to fail boating it. Oh wow, Zam. Wow.
Yeah.
Grabbing
Nade much?
Mega
Good
health
lord.
with nade. Yeah. Looking very confident with his nades, but Venom so far able to jump over most of them, leaving Zam with 171.26, Venom with 186, and we've got 2 yellow armors back up, and Venom is looking to strike like the Cobra he is, and get in and get full control. So this is very good. I mean, Mega Health aside, oh my god, and look at that initial damage done by Venom. Barely getting anything out of it, but Zam rushes in for Mega Health, keeping himself alive, and all of a sudden the tables have
Nice.
turned, and Venom pulls it off. But oh, so barely. Venom's pulse must be pounding now. But yeah, that was a very, very intense first frag. But Venom, with only 21 health, he's got to be very, very careful, because this being T9, he could be knocked off pretty easily here. Jumping onto shafts like that, not a good idea.
Yeah.
But Venom is slowly but surely getting back to the place where he's not quite there with Mega, but he's got the full gamut for the yellow armors, and that,
No RL.
at the end of the day, will get you so much.
No RL for Zam, so Venom is pretty safe here. Yeah, nice timing for that Mega. And he's waiting on the wrong armor. That's a little bit of an issue. Zam does pick up the YA that Venom just checked on. And he's now in the right place for this one. And he should back off straight away to the grenade launcher. Watch out for the teleporter play. And there it is. Zam never got a chance to get a rocket launcher until he died. So, again, I think Venom should have followed him through the teleporter there. I think had an opportunity to lay down some hurt, because, again, weapon control can be such a huge deal, especially here. Whoops, when you walk into nades. But you do get away with Mega pretty cleanly, and the armor you want is up, so Venom doing pretty well, needing to cut back to the center. Zam just picked up the center yellow, so we're going to take a look at his stack. He's at 100 and only 50 armor. And I think Zam, at this point, the hardest part for him is going to be figuring out how do I slow things down? How do I set the pace? Because right now Venom is definitely setting the tone.
Absolutely, and you can see the effect when somebody's, oh my god, rocket to the balls. That is just awesome. But here Zam should be able to pull it. No, he won't. Oh my god,
Wow.
good god. But you can see the immediate effects when somebody says, okay, Mega health important, yes, but yellow armor's more important. So when you see somebody, you know, just making that plus forward for mega